And welcome back to the Market Wolf, where I give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and I give you my opinion. We are looking at Trias on the 6-hour time frame. It is Saturday, May 4th, 11:58 p.m. We are about to go into Sunday morning, and I wanted to give you this update very quickly on Trias, Quant, and also Bitcoin. Please stick around if you're a Trias fan, because you're going to want to hear the analysis on Bitcoin. You can skip towards the end to hear that, because it is going to be relevant for this. I want to give you the best bull case first. The best bull case is that we pop all the way back up to about $13.78. Probably really trying to get support at $13.40. The best bear case is that we're coming down to about $3.27, and I extended this green channel down to take account for that, possibly even $3.12. And you can see that this purple line right here, about well, roughly maybe as it comes down and crosses with this support at about $2.54, would be one of our major all-time supports if it broke down that far. And if you once you start getting down to some of these all-time support levels, that's where you really might start see some loading happening, people really backing up the truck. So those are the two things to watch for the best bear case and the best bull case. In my opinion, right now, I think Trias in lower time frames, like the 6-hour, looks pretty good. It's trying to reverse, but ultimately I think when you look at the 3-day, it's possible that we're coming down. Now, it could be that we're putting in a bit of a head and shoulders pattern here, so maybe we come down maybe just to about $8.43 or so, and we break back up and we start testing these levels up here again at about $10.72. That's entirely possible. We're not going to know until we see how much inflow we get, but that's what I'm looking at right now. So that said, I do think that ultimately we are looking at a breakdown. How far we go on this breakdown is questionable, but again, we are chopping inside of this bear flag, and I've cleaned this chart up a lot just to help you see it a little bit better. And so this is the consolidation we're in between right now. So maybe roughly about $10.22, and maybe roughly about $7.46 or so. You know, that's the area of chop. If you wanted to play this area of chop on the way down, your percentage that you could play it at, if you hold Trias but you also wanted a swing trade bag, or you hold one, so you're talking about an area of play, roughly about a 42% area of play, all the way to, if we really consolidate it, to about maybe a 20% area of play within this range. Of course, don't get your behind handed to you, because again, be mindful, this could break down any time. Also, we are in a downward channel. Don't buck the trend. It's better to play those kind of things on an uptrend. But so that's your cases on Trias that I'm seeing right now. I want to take you over to Quant. Essentially, your best bull case for Quant is that you would be probably retesting about $100 or so, and then, which, you know, that's normal for Quant, isn't it? And then possibly coming back up to retest about that $107.75 level, perhaps even testing the upside of about $110 or so. We'll have to see exactly what plays out there. That would be your best bull case. Your best bear case is that you break down to about $97, but I would say even this range down all the way to about $92.56. So this range right here would be your best bear case. My opinion is that we are going to possibly come down, I would say maybe to $99.40, somewhere in there. Perhaps that's as far as we back test. But if we see a real breakdown in momentum here, then you're looking at a deeper back test. And so we'll have to see what time brings. This does look like some kind of W reversal is trying to build here. It could be a deeper drawdown and be a deep W down and then boom out. So that's something to pay attention to. I do think that Quant looks pretty decent on the 3-day. I mean, you know, it looks a lot better than other coins that are going through a lot of problems right now. And when you look at the monthly, unfortunately on the monthly on Quant, we have crossed over back to a momentum downside, which I was really excited when we crossed the upside on the momentum, because that was the first time ever on the monthly time frame quant did that. But now we've crossed back down. However, we are holding support on that momentum downswing, so that's important. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to determine a lot for Trias and Quant. If you see here, it almost looks like maybe this is a very deep head and shoulders pattern that's building, maybe very similar to Trias. Quant was already in kind of a head and shoulders pattern that was failing on the 6-hour time frame. Bitcoin has not been looking terrible at all. It's looking like it wants to possibly put in a serious reversal, and we'll have to see. Time will tell. Things are definitely tightening up here, and what I've done is, and this is very important, take note. Remember, at the very beginning of this bull flag, I told you I thought we were going to be in this structure for a long time. And we've been in there for a long time already, and it's possible we've got a long time to go. So essentially what we've got is we broke down out of the first bull flag. It's been invalidated. We've invalidated a couple of different bull flags. Now we're in this bigger symmetrical triangle. So that's your big solid green line there, not the dashed one. The dashed ones are your older bull flags, okay? Or what you could maybe consider bull flags. But this is our large symmetrical triangle. This is the structure we have got to hold, and we need to hold the momentum as well. We can't keep breaking down to the downside on Bitcoin. When we do, as we're coming up here, it's very important that we just break down a little bit, get support, come back up, break down a little bit, get support, come back up, because the weekly time frame on Bitcoin is so piss poor, excuse my language, that we have got to get some good inflows going here. So we want to see a trend build to the upside to test some of these higher levels and test this Fibonacci circle again as well. Okay, the top side of that, we've been riding this bottom part of this Fibonacci circle on the way down, and we don't want to see that anymore. So your best bull case on Bitcoin is that we continue to go up. Your best bear case is that we would break through this. Well, we would revisit the 59044. I think that's your best bear case for now. You would want to be very careful and watch that, because if we break that, it's a long way down. We basically had a wick down here. If you're looking at the daily, that was a fake out, shake out. A lot of people got shaked out there, but that doesn't mean the whole pattern's a shake out or a fake out. It could be that this really does break down in the end. So that's something we have to pay attention to. That said, you break that level and you're down here chopping around. Here's your support. That's really your final support right there. You lose that, and we're done with this structure. You've got a Bart Simpson top, and I think this thing's coming down. So pay attention to those, okay? So my opinion essentially is that, it's tough. It's a tough read right now on Bitcoin, because it does still look so bearish on the higher time frames. So for now, I have to go with the higher time frames and say, the wolf is still a bear at this point. That doesn't mean that over the week we could not put in some decent volume here and some decent movement to the upside. And then I might start changing my opinion. Like, yeah, we've got something for real maybe starting to happen here. But the fact is, we have a bearish engulfing candle on one of the higher time frames. Yeah, well, it's on the weekly for sure, but I think I also saw a bearish engulfing on the 3-day candle as well, which just doesn't bode well overall. So we just want to watch this and pay attention. People are going to be loading up in these levels expecting Bitcoin to take off, and so it's very possible to get bounces there, but just be cautious. Look, you see how we had this wick through and then we come back? We could have another wick through and then come back. We can play that game for a long time before we get a final breakdown back to some old levels here, where you would eventually be revisiting about $52,992.80. So keep an eye on it. I do want to measure this really quick here for me and for you, just to see what our breakdown is from the top here so far. And we broke down 23%. This could be a anomaly in history, and perhaps with the Hong Kong ETF and Bitcoin getting ETFs all around, and just everything else that's happening in the world, perhaps we see a watershed moment for Bitcoin, and we see a further breakout. We're going to have to watch all of the data to see. Keep it tuned right here to the Market Wolf. Please share this video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, because you don't want to miss this. Pay attention to my X feed. If you're not following me on X, be sure you're paying attention to the daily stuff on X, because I talk about this chop and what's happening to help you navigate this situation here. And I gave you the bear case, the bull case, and my opinion on that. Definitely make sure you're keeping up on all platforms. I try and get videos out as often as I can. Thank you for trusting me to give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and my opinion. We will see you next time on the Market Wolf. Salute, Market Wolf family.